Hello guys, welcome to another optics trade review. I have here Sig Sauer Romeo 1x24 open reflex red dot sight. It has to be amongst the smallest out there. And in this review, I'll go through its features. I'll start with some properties related to the housing. Then I'll move on to illumination optics and I'll end this video with advantages and disadvantages. Before I start, I'd like to thank all our viewers. You are the ones who drive us forward. I'd like to thank you for all your positive feedback and for all the comments that you give us. Sig Sauer is a company with headquarters in the US. They're known for manufacturing rifles and pistols for law enforcement and commercial use. Their offer also includes rifle scopes, red dot sights, rangefinders, and similar devices. They stand out because of their innovative designs. Each device of theirs is designed so that you immediately know it's theirs. Starting with the origins, the sight is assembled in the USA. Of course, the components, at least some of them, are sourced from elsewhere. It's an incredibly compact sight, and I think it's one of the most affordable red dot sights on the market that is compatible with the same mounting plates as Shield SMS and RMS. In this group we also have Leupold Delta Point Pro, we have Swamp Fox Sentinel 1x16 and some others as well. Basically, with this footprint there are 4 round shaped notches or sockets, one in each corner, and there are 2 holes for screws in the rear part, and it's definitely amongst the more popular footprints out there. What about the dimensions? You can already tell it's really compact, and it's 4 centimeters long, that's about 1.6 inch, 2.4 centimeters wide, and 2.4 centimeters high, that's around 0.9 inch. Absolutely one of the most compact red dot sights on the market. It weighs only 14 grams, definitely amongst the lightest red dot sights as well. And this is because the body and the lens are made out of polymer. The lens, even though it's made of polymer, you have to know it's highly impact resistant, as well as the whole construction of the dot. Because of the size, this is a perfect choice for concealed carry and for pistols with slim slide profiles. Okay, what about the shape? What I like about this sight is that the sides are completely straight, no parts stick out of the housing. Sig Sauer pays attention to the smallest of details, and you can see that the surface is coarse here. And for a red dot of this size, I would say that the window is quite of a standard diameter. It measures around 18 millimeters in width. This is 0.7 inch, and around 16 millimeters in height. This is around 0.63 inch. Diagonally, the window measures 24 millimeters, hence the name 1x24. The frame around the lens is really not too thick. It doesn't provide much coverage, which is of course a plus. It comes with an integrated backup rear sight for co-witnessing with the pistol's front sight, so you have a great solution, great backup plan in case the battery dies unexpectedly. What about the battery? The battery can be inserted on the bottom. Of course, naturally, there isn't much space for the battery compartment when it comes to red dot sights as compact as this one. So quite logically, it uses a smaller CR1632 battery, which is inserted at the bottom here. Sig Sauer claims that one battery is enough for up to 20,000 hours. And as the battery is at the bottom, you'll need to remove the sight from the firearm when you replace it, and then you have to go through the re-zeroing process. But this is of course expected from a red dot sight this small. What about the zeroing process? Well, as with all other red dot sights, we have windage and elevation screws right here that are used to zero the sight. These screws do not produce clicks when turned, and there are no markings around them and no scale is added which would help you zero the sight. The movement of the point of impact is written next to the screws though, and they claim that you should only require minimal adjustments when you first zero the sight, and we check this and it's true. So only minimal adjustments are necessary, but you don't really have any markings which would help you do that, so you have to do it by feeling. What about the model range? Well, there are 2 models available, at least for the moment, and they only differ in the size of the illuminated central dot, so in the size of the dot that you see in the field of view. You can get this sight either in 3 or 6 MOA. This is the 3 MOA version, so a smaller dot provides a little bit more accuracy than the 6 MOA version. Even though the 6 MOA is, I would say, more popular for a pistol because it gives you faster target acquisition, the dot is bigger, so you get on target faster. Okay, illumination. I have to point out first that I'll show the illumination on all the levels in detail at the end of this video. Now I'll only show a fraction of it, so I'm not sure if you can see it like this, but again I'll show it in detail at the very end. The illumination control button is quite interesting with this red dot sight. It's not anywhere on the sides, as you can see. It's actually quite funny that Sig Sauer hid it right here, so behind the lens. This way they were able to achieve the elegant design without any protruding parts on the visible parts of the housing. There are 8 levels altogether. You switch between them by pressing this button, and then when you reach the maximum intensity, the dot blinks, and this is when you know that next click will actually decrease the illumination until you reach 1, and then if you click this button, the intensity increases again. So it's actually, you go up, then dot blinks, it goes down, then the dot blinks, it goes back up again. I don't like really the solution with the button. I think it's in the way, and when you reach for it, you block the beam of light emitted by the diode, so you have to put your finger away to see the current intensity. I would say they could have come up with a better solution for this. The red dot sight features Sig Sauer's MOTAC system. So when stationary, the dot power is off to preserve battery life, and then when it senses motion, the illumination is instantly turned back on. Now we reach the optical part of this review. I do have to point out I have no problems looking through with both eyes open. The image is not distorted, not in the center, not at the edges. There is a slight amount of blue tint throughout the entire field of view. The lens is made out of polymer, just like the body of this red dot sight, but this does not impair the image in any way. It actually helps it to be even more robust and reliable. Even if it falls on the ground, it's so light that it won't take any damage. Not if you drop it from, I don't know, a normal, I would say, height. What about the scope of delivery? Well, you can see that there are quite a few things here in front of me, but I do not have the box. This is because it comes in a cheap packaging, which you have to rip and then throw away after you take the sight out, so it's not really usable anymore. The only thing that I still have is this plastic container box here, and I guess that this is what helped achieve the low price of this sight. In the packaging you get a nice cover for the frame, so here it is. You also get a CR1632 battery, you get 2 pairs of different screws, you get a gasket to achieve partial waterproofness when mounting, and 2 hex keys here, and also an instruction manual, which also looks pretty basic. So it was all done to preserve the low affordable price of this Sig Sauer device. Here in Europe you have to pay around 290 euros for it, and it's covered by Sig Sauer warranty terms. They state that they will replace and repair it unless it was damaged intentionally or because of misuse and clumsiness. But here in Europe we have stricter terms, so we have to provide warranty in years, so you'll most commonly get 5 years of warranty on the product. This is basically everything that I wanted to say today. Now the final part, which is the part where I point out pros and cons and then make a short conclusion. And we start with the pros. What I like, definitely, the thing that you can go past is the compact size of this device. It's without doubt one of the smallest, lightest red dot sights on the market. It's completely flat on both sides, no protruding parts, really elegant, classic Sig Sauer design. I also like the fact that it has shield footprint, so the same one, no modifications are needed. This makes finding a suitable adapter quite easy. And also the price performance ratio. So for what it offers, the price of 290 euros here in Europe isn't that steep at all. Now the disadvantages. Naturally, the site is small, so they had to put the battery compartment on the bottom. This is the first disadvantage. The second one, and I think that many would agree with me here, is the location of the button for the intensity regulation. It's difficult to get used to, so you have to go quite close to the lens, and then it happens that you stick your finger on the lens by accident and you have to wipe it, and then you also block the diode so you can't see the current illumination setting unless you move the finger away. I really think that this is not the best choice. But okay, it is how it is. And then lastly, there is no box to put it in, so you basically have to throw away the packaging that it comes in because it's useless for storage of the dot, and then you only are left with this plastic container. So it's just best to leave the sight on the firearm and then, I don't know, use this maybe adapter when mounting, so you get even more protection from everything. Yeah, it even looks quite nice, so it's a typical Sig Sauer design. All in all, this is a great choice for someone looking for a compact, rugged handgun red dot sight for a reasonable price. So I think the only major downside is the location of the button. Okay, if you have any questions, you can always send us an email or drop a question down below. If you're interested in knowing more about the shield footprint and the other red dot sights that have it, you can check our footprint article on our optics info blog. We also have other reviews on our YouTube channel on different Sig Sauer Romeo red dot sights, so you can check those out as well. I hope you found this useful. Leave a like if you did, subscribe, and see you next time. Take care.